Well, hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Shani and I'm a part-time reseller. And today I have a what sold. I usually try and do daily ship with me's, but when I'm working my full-time job, I work the whole weekend. And so usually every other weekend or so, I have to kind of get together a video of what sold during that weekend that I was working. So if you don't follow me, I have chicks in the background. You can hear them. You can see the stock tank they're in right here. And so that is the chirping sound you're going to hear. There's nothing I can do about that. They're just super active right now. So I'm actually kind of doing this video late. It is actually Thursday, the 20th, March the 20th. Yes. But I just forgot to do this video. And so this is what's going to be sold last Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's going to be March 14th through the 16th. And then I'm going to give you my numbers from last week. So last week it was a rather, well, I don't want to say it was dead slow because it wasn't, but my weekend was slow. And you know, watching other YouTubers, I feel like it's kind of, you know, when I'm having a slow week, other people are, and, you know, that makes me feel not better that other people are having a bad week too, but, you know, it just verifies, okay, so it's slow for other people, you know, people are just cutting back this week, and that's the way it is. So Friday the 14th, I only had one sale, and it was this, I'm going to try and pop pictures up for you. It was a Zenergy by Chico's, size 3XL, 16, black stretch elastic pull-on cropped pants. You all saw this actually in a haul this year. I got them February the 10th at one of my favorite little thrift stores. I'm able to kind of bag up anything I can stick in a Walmart size bag for $10. So some lady must have donated a bunch of these Chico's Zenergy pants. I think I ended up getting like 8 or 9 that day. They all fit in a bag. My cost of goods was only $1.05 for these pants, and these sold for $18.99. I always charge shipping, so I'm just gonna say I charge shipping. I charge flat rate shipping on most items, calculated on just a few. So if I tell you what it sold for, that's what it sold for, and then the people also had to pay an additional shipping. I'm gonna try not to say plus shipping on everything. So they sold for $18.99. I have a 10% off coupon right now in my store, so they used that. So they saved $1.90. My net profit on these was $12.96. So I am very happy with that. I think this was like the second pair to sell, and then you're also gonna see another pair. So this was a black pair, and I think it was the only black ones I had. And then Saturday came and I had 5 sales, which 5 sales a day is my daily goal. That might seem low to some, but I've made it my goal because I want to do that consistently every day while I'm working on trying to get my average sales price up. So, you know, that can be kind of, I mean, you have to be intentional when you're trying to do something like that. And that is maybe not buying cheaper items. I struggle with that. You all see the hauls I do. I'm in the Midwest. I also have flea market booths. So it's being really intentional about, okay, is this going to go in my flea market or is this going to go online? You know, if it's a lower cost item, but the sell-through rate is amazing, I'm probably going to put it online. So it just really depends on what it is, but I am truly working on trying to find more quality pieces where my average sell price is better. So anyway, I did make my 5 sales on Saturday, which was awesome because the last few Saturdays have been rather slow. It's really the Sundays that have been picking up. So this weekend was a little bit different. The first sale on Saturday, and I don't know if I said that Zenergy by Chico's Pants was an eBay sale. This was also an eBay sale. It was this Adidas Girls skirt tank lot. My title is Adidas Girls size 5, new with tag, racerback tank, and skirts set. And then I put skirt shorts. It was a really cute outfit. I was bummed at the Goodwill. I did get that this year. I got it on March the 4th. So I just got this posted like a week ago, I think. And my cost of goods was high because the Goodwill charged me for separate pieces, even though it was a 2-piece outfit, which typically they will put 2-piece outfits together, but they did not do that on this outfit. I think whoever it was that was pricing it didn't realize it was supposed to be a set. So my cost of goods ended up being $7.21, which I was like, you know, it's such a cute set. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. I think it will sell quickly just because we are going into spring. And it did. I did take an offer though. I think I had posted this for $18.99 plus shipping. I took an offer of $16 and my net profit was only $6.37. So, you know, I don't mind that my net profit was so low. I like having very nice quality items, you know, new with tag items in my store. I feel like that will have people coming back to you. So I don't know. It was only posted for a week and I made six bucks on it. So I'm okay with that. I thought it was so cute. And I really was like, man, I wish I knew someone with a little girl that would be in a size 5 because I would have, you know, given it to someone because it was just such a cute outfit. And I like the fact that it had the shorts underneath the skirt. So very cute. Another eBay sale that day was this Ralph Lauren non-iron women's 2X career blue button-up blouse. That was my title. This was in excellent condition. I got it at the Goodwill, my local Goodwill. I got it on 75% off day of that color. So my cost of goods on February the 25th was only $2.34, which was pretty good considering a Goodwill price. But I did get it on the 75% off day. I'm trying to really cut back going to the Goodwill unless it is on that 75% off day. But I end up always finding good stuff not on the sale too. So anyway, so I picked it up for $2.34. I sold this for $21.60. I think I had it listed for like $22.99. So I must have sent them an offer and they accepted. My net profit on this was $15.10. So that was a really, you know, that's where this is the price range I'm really trying to work myself up to for my net profits to be over $15. So I love Ralph Lauren. I love Polo. I will pick up Chaps items. It really depends a lot of times on what they are, but I love vintage Ralph Lauren. I'm always looking out for Ralph Lauren pieces. And even though sometimes there is a influx of Ralph Lauren on eBay, like when you can search Ralph Lauren shirt and you're probably going to find, you know, I don't know, you'll probably see a ton in the listings. But you'll also see a ton in the solds. There are just people that love Ralph Lauren brand and they're very nice. I like adding career in some of these tops because I do find that adding career in your title helps. So keywords are essential, I feel like, for Ralph Lauren pieces. And this was just a good sale. I feel like it was a great sale. So, okay. Then on Mercari, which was a pleasant surprise, Mercari has been giving me a few sales a week. It's kind of picking up on Mercari. I say that, I'm going to knock on wood. I'm just finding that I'm making sales here and there. So it's making it worth it to me to cross list right now. And I've had some really good sales on there. You all saw that I sold my Burberry Brit coat there, like a designer coat that wasn't selling on eBay. I had got an offer on it on Poshmark, but I just sold it on Mercari for $185 or so. So just an amazing, it's doing great. I hope it keeps it up because I've went through times where I'm like, man, I don't think I want to cross the list to Mercari anymore. But anyway, maybe, Mercari, they've had changes this last year. A lot of resellers ditched them. They really did. So maybe it's stabilizing. Just maybe it's stabilizing a little bit. So who knows? Give me your opinion on Mercari. If you're a reseller, do you cross post to Mercari? And, yeah, let me know. So, but I sold this Nike women's dry fit combat long sleeve athletic top, pink, size large. This has been in my inventory forever. So thank goodness it sold on Mercari. I had ended it. This has been in multiple sales. I've had 50% off sales on eBay, multiple. Nike's another brand that there's just such an influx of postings. You can look up Nike Combat Dry Fit women's long sleeve shirt and you'll get thousands probably. So anyway, Nike does pretty good though. People search for Nike tops. So anyway, long story short, I had ended and sold similar. I really marked this down. So I posted it on Mercari for $13. On Mercari, I include shipping. So that's how cheap, that's how I wanted to get rid of it. It's been on my inventory for probably 2 years. I didn't even find it in my last year's inventory. So that's how I must have got it in 2023. So go on, I am done with it. And it, after the shipping costs, cause I had to pay for that, my net profit is $7.13. So I most likely got this in a bag sale or I got it at the Goodwill bins. So my cost of goods was probably very low, $1, around $1. So I've recouped that back and, made $6 basically on it. But my net profit for this year is $7.13. So that was my Mercari sale. And then on Poshmark, this was a rather surprising sale. I picked up this American Eagle blue gingham linen blend spaghetti strap dress, size XL. They are really chirping, so sorry. This was in a bag sale or a bag at a thrift store where I could put it in a bag. I got it on February the 25th. I really debated getting this because I just know a lot, there's some American Eagle pieces that just sit. I just wasn't sure about it, but it was a linen blend. It was gingham, and it's just kind of the season for these type of dresses. So I went ahead, it was in great condition. So I went ahead and I rolled it up and I added it to my bag. By cost of goods on February the 25th was $1.43. And if this didn't sell probably quicker than a lot of the items I got that day, on February the 25th. It sold for $15 on Poshmark. My net profit on this is $10.57. So I was like, I almost took this to my flea market booth because I have a little rack of some clothes. And I thought, this ain't gonna sell online. And I thought, you know what? I'm posting dresses. I'm kind of in a dress phase right now. I'm really trying to bulk up some dresses in my closet, and by George, it sold. So I am super happy with that. So yeah, I made my money back and it's on to the next item. So on Etsy, I finally had an Etsy sale, and which I guess I had one at the first of the week. I did. So I had 2 Etsy sales. last week. So this would have been my second. And it was this lot of vintage pound puppies. I'm sorry. And my internet connection just went out. I hate that when that happens. So it's this lot of vintage pound puppies. These were the smaller pound puppies. I always will pick these up. For some reason, this lot just sat in my inventory. They have sat and sat and sat. I don't pay much for them. You know, if I can pick them up, usually it's at the Goodwill bins when I pick them up. But, I'm trying to find, here they are. Pound Puppies plush dog lot of 3, 2019 Dalmatian brown tan. So, I didn't realize they were 2019s. Otherwise, they shouldn't have sold on, I shouldn't have even had them listed on Etsy. So these were the reproductions, I guess. Now I'm confused. If they were 2019s, I should not have had these listed on Etsy. So that was like an oversight on my side, but apparently they sold on Etsy. And I had ended and sold similar because I like the Nike shirt. I've had these forever. So these sold for $11. My net profit is $8.20. So I was glad to get rid of them. My plush bin has really gone down. I used to have 3 plush bins. I'm down to 1, and I have room in it. So, I haven't been much in the plush mood, which, okay. I'm not going to say I don't pick it up because I do, but a lot of the places I'm going, they have their plush marked up so much that I really I'm kind of waiting until garage sale season to look for them. So I guess that's really what it is. So, okay. So that was my 5 items. Yep. I went through all 5 items on Saturday, and then Sunday came and I had two eBay sales. So I'm going to get back over here. The first is some Goodfellow underwear. I feel like I say this so much. You guys see so much of the palette stuff coming through. The 16th. I'm trying to find it. I am trying to find it. Was that underwear? Yes, it was. Here it was. It was Goodfellow men's classic knit boxers, size XXL, new without tag. Man, they are so loud. I'm so sorry. Hey, come here. I think they hear my voice, and so they're just being a little bit more chirpy. Okay, so they were in a bag at the pallet place, but someone had like spilled lotion all over the outside of the bag. And it got on the first pair of underwear. So I opened the package up. I washed that one pair, and then I posted them for sale. And I put that they were new without tag. And I explained like what had happened, that, you know, I bought it at a pallet place and it had some lotion or something spilled on it. So anyway, I posted these for $10 and they sold. So, they sold on eBay. So my cost of goods at the pallet place is $207 for all of the clothing items. So $207 a piece. It doesn't matter what you have. So, and even if a package of underwear has split open and there's only one pair of underwear, they're going to charge you $207. So I always look for the packages that are still sealed. Because underwear is actually pretty pricey. I mean, most of us buy underwear. You know how expensive it is when you go to Victoria's Secret and you get 5 for, what is it now? It used to be 5 for $20, and then it went 5 for $25, and now I think it's 5 for $26 or $27 or something like that. But that's how expensive underwear are. Even the cheaper Walmart brands, Target brands, So I posted this since I didn't have it in a bag and all of that. I had posted it for $10 and it sold. So my net profit on this is $6.50. So I was glad to move those because my underwear box up there is, it's going down, but there's room in it now, but there was no room in it before. So, and then the last thing is another pair of this Zenergy by Chico size 3 XL 16 brown stretch Nema pull-on full-length pants. I was able to find the name of this pant. I have 2 more available, I want to say, but these sold for $16 plus shipping. I got them February the 10th, like the other ones, for $1.05. My net profit is $12.81. So, all right, that was my weekend sales from this last weekend. And so last week, I ended up with 26 sales, and I'm gonna get into you all know that I am trying to pay off my debt with my reselling business. And that is one of the reasons why I started this years ago, really, but I just I never really committed, to actually consistently paying off bills with it. So I just decided I'm gonna do this. I've got to do this. So this last year, at the end of the year, I started it. I paid my student loans off. That was like the best feeling in the world, just because I had paid. I'm gonna be 46 years old here next week, and I, graduated when I was 22 years old with my bachelor's, and I finally paid my student loans off. And here I am with a son who now has student loans, and I was like, it's time to pay these off. So I got them paid off the 1st of January, and I think it was like January the 6th, I paid them off. And then after that week, I started this new payment. So this was a small credit card. It was a Home Depot card that we used when we were remodeling our house to sell it, to move here. And so yeah, I have been paying that off since. So I'm kind of giving you all a recap. I take 25% of my net profit of every week, and I make a payment towards that bill. And let me tell you, if you don't think that consistently making small payments makes a huge difference, you are wrong. Because I started, it would have been like the week after January the 6th in there, because I know I paid my student loans off that week. So it would have been like that next week I started this. It had over $1,000 on it. And as of today, guys, my current balance is $251.58. So that is 2 months. I'm going to say 2 months and a week, right? That I have paid that much off. The net, the minimum payment on this has been $30. I would have been paying $30 for the rest of my life on this stupid credit card because of interest. So that makes a difference. So don't be afraid to start small. A little payment, even if you can only make a payment every other week, that is better than nothing. You cannot pay off your debt unless you actually pay it. So let me just throw that as a reminder to you, because I had to get real with myself and be like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing all this? I have to have a reason. I have a full-time job. I'm busy. I'm tired. So what is the plan for this? And I got real with myself, and I made myself start paying. So I pay weekly. I'm actually going to make a payment as I have it open. So the week before last, I had a good week, and I was able to, let me look at my payments here. There it is. So on March the 10th, which was last Monday, when I did my recap video, I was able to make a payment of $113. That's pretty amazing. That was 25% of my net sales that week. So this last week, I had 26 sales. My net profit was $305.08, which was down because the previous week was $453. So my 25% extra payment I am paying today is $76.27. So I'm a little late paying it this week. But yeah, $76.27. So I'm going to have it less than $200. And I'm not going to lie, after this week that we're on now, I might just pay it off. If I have that extra money sitting in my account, I might just pay it off just to do it, because I am ready to get rid of this and go on to the next one. And so it's like a snowball. What I'm doing is a snowball effect on my debt. So I'm just randomly picking a bill. Now, I started with my student loans. I should have started with this one because it was the smallest. But I was so ready to pay off my student loans. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. Because I think at the time I owed like $1,500 on it. And that was $158 or $156 payment. So the payment was much higher on that one. And so I wanted to do that to free up that $156 a month in my husband and I's bill account. So I did it. And so now I'm going to do this one. It's a $30 payment every month. So anyway, I'm going to make that payment as soon as I get off here. And you know, this week we are on to the next week, but I have today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm just going to keep working at getting listings up. My sister and my niece are coming to town tomorrow on Friday. So I'm actually, I'm going to get busy like now before I start my job at 5 p.m. because tonight is my Friday. I'm going to get busy and get listings up for today and have drafts for tomorrow and Saturday. That's how busy I'm going to get before 5, because I want drafts ready. I have made a couple sales today, so I know I'll do a video in the morning, thank goodness. But anyway, that's what I've got for you. Thanks for joining. I got to get this video posted today. Actually, I'm a few days late on it. So thanks so much. If you like this kind of content, please hit the like button. If you don't do anything, help me build this channel and just hit the like button. And I super appreciate that. And you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow.